Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. We can look at this Browns defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. The Cardinals at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They felt they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 32-yard line now, here's second down at 7. Moore, the man in motion. This is Hines. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. To throw is Murray. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And this is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Here's 2nd and 10. Murray now to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Cardinals. Van Jefferson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cards will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. The extra point by Metis is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Watson, option left. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw a defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. A give running right is Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Here's Watson. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Winless to start the year at 0-2, and now they get the Thursday night game here in Week 3. So, I don't know, does the fact that they're back out so quickly, Charles, help or hurt their cause?
Oh, I say unequivocally help, because you always want a Thursday game earlier in the schedule rather than later, just because the grind of the season.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Eluding. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on 17-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now it's Watson. A bootleg. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation, because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? He'll drop to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Moore, the motion man right. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Mixing up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Now Murray. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Nevis knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Browns drive about to get started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now a stoppage, and we've got Chubb shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. On 1st and 10, it's Strong. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. To throw is Watson. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Watson now to throw. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. Touchdown! Marquise Goodwin from 8 yards out. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Throwing now is Murray. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Murray going to throw. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. A give running right is strong here. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Well, now they'll try the end around. On this one, may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Give him 6 on the run. It'll be 3rd down now with still a long way to go to get to the 1st down marker. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd and 19. Here's Watson. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juice. And the Cardinals are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception
to the man who stood in this spot before, he always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. To Mixon on the check down. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Give to Strong running right. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Watson. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, a run with Strong. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Pierre Strong, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. And got his man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Murray now. He'll fire deep, looking for more. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Here's Strong to begin the drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Goodwin. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
On 1st and 10, Watson. That's caught, and again it's Goodwin. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. They'll roll him out right. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive. And they're off to a fast start here.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 47. Going with Strong on the counter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Carryover from the first half. That defensive line continues to control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're actually playing the game in the offense's backfield. They're taking those offensive linemen and pushing them back towards the quarterback and towards the runners. I still don't think, though, that you abandon the running game totally, because if you do, you're asking for a lot more hits on your QB.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Into the hands of Cedric Tillman. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will tie things at 17 all. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Murray. He throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Are you kidding me? Really? Are you kidding me?
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Shotgun now from Murray. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try to find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
In motion goes the tight end. From the gun, a give to Mixon. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Hines. Stiff-armed him. Oh, he sheds himself free. Touchdown, Cardinals. Naeem Hines, 51 yards. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Beavis on to attempt the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21. The Browns drive about to get started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Watson. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So here's a 3rd and 14. Off of play action, it's Watson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. B.J. Ojulari, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why do you call play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 5. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. 2nd and 5. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. The tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, here's Murray. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
A toss left, Mixon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Joe Mixon, 29 yards. And the Cardinals look like they're about to put an end to their two-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Now Mevis for the PAT. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 33. And that play started back at their own 33.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Toss left side for Strong. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end?
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at... loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to pick up the Browns' 1st down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long. Give up the middle to Strong. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. Here's Watson. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after the ice is down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Will the defense pressure or sit back? Here's 4th and 5. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Now an option play on 2nd down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They'll try to eat some clock with Mixon. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw it, Murray. And he's got this to Jefferson. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st down. And that's a big one, as they should be able to run it out from here. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And the pitch goes to Mixon. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Murray now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's more. And they're going to speed things up here.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Cardinals. And Isabella, 41 yards. And the Cardinals have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Got to be feeling confident they're going to get off the schneid. An old coach told me he calls this a relief win. 0-3 would have been bad. You get to 1 and 2, you feel a lot better, don't you?
That is so true, and you feel better about yourself. You think to yourself, okay, we're still in the playoff hunt. We're not out of it at 0-3. But the other part, too, it leads to doubt about your system, leads to doubt about your coaches. They don't have to worry about that now. They can move forward.
Green. Hey, Ace.
It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour up here in the 4th. And of course, on the 2-point try, have the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
So pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A handoff for Strong. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
A gain of 4, and it's
This was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Cardinals, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
We got London on the
Whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's that made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitters doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. And that's what made me rich. The whole club. My clown way too white to be shooting in the eyes. I'm sleeping good at night. See the door don't got no locks. To be spiteful, she best friends with the odds. You need better stocks. Standing on my money, dog. Please don't get the involved. Ain't nobody running off. Rules to the basics. I can't be no son-in-law. I can't take the summer off. I make it look good and all, but this is no vacation. All the goons, they respect me and I know it. Watch your words and your tone, you not a poet. My advice, please don't try to be heroic. Let me know they whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitters doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. I never had a mentor. I only watch Scarface. I met her at a club. She twerk better when her heart breaks. Hey, hood, the one everything that I'm praying for a Bentley and to never go to jail. I'm fresh up out the gutter, I don't know if you can tell. I'm hustling for everything I do for legacy. You can call me any type of day, my dog, I never sleep. The only rule I got is if we don't embarrass me. I write down my problems, then record it just for therapy. Just for clarity. Whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me